generally a lot easier to spin up blockchain nodes in a cloud than to set them up in the DMZ of your organization. Ship hardware, configure the hardware stack, or the software stack on the hardware you procure. Deploy it in your DMZ, open up firewall ports, etc. That tends to be a longer process than to, if you were just spinning up blockchain nodes in the cloud. And it can be multiple nodes, because you could have nodes across, availability zones. You could have load balancing, automated failover, especially as blockchain moves towards production. The fault tolerance, sort of reliability of the blockchain is important. But a lot of blockchain is going to support higher level functionality, like we talked about in the previous slide. Is analytics, AI, machine learning can run on top of blockchain, and guess where those things are running? They're mostly running in the cloud now, so you can co-locate those with your blockchain nodes in the cloud. So you also have things like backup and restore. You've got business continuity, disaster recovery. And oftentimes high performance sort of index databases alongside your blockchain to improve the sort of read performance. Blockchain, again, is not really a database. It hasn't got like high performance, millions of transactions a second sort of read performance. If you want that kind of performance, what you want to do is index your blockchain, your ledger. And good news is the blocks in the chain are immutable. So once the ledger, or once the index has read them once, it doesn't have to read those blocks again. So you can build a very high performance sort of index relational database that facilitates very high speed read and search of your blockchain data. If you want to know what you can do today, there's a very handy healthcare blueprint for AI that you can download. It also goes into some of the compliance things with HIPAA, HITRUST. But you can download it from that link there, and it's actually not just documentation. You can actually run that. You can run that in Microsoft Azure today. And you can, of course, understand the components. It deals with a patient length of stay prediction, but that provides you a baseline that you can then customize to whatever the use case you have in mind for AI machine learning for your healthcare organization. We have this Azure Blockchain Workbench. So this is a rapid prototyping environment. If you have a particular use case in mind for blockchain for healthcare, or any industry, you can go in there and you can prototype the blockchain sort of artifacts that you can then deploy to Ethereum Enterprise and soon Hyperledger Fabric and R3 Corda, running in Azure. Again, a lot easier to spin up blockchain nodes in the cloud. But you can get going with your pilot a lot faster and focus on piloting and sort of learning and evolving your blockchain rather than the technology. So that link there, you can go and see the Azure Blockchain Workbench. Lots of good information there about how to get started. There's a ton of activity on social media. Feel free to reach out to me. These two subjects are evolving super quickly, and so it's not really something you go pick up a textbook. If you want the latest information, I encourage you to reach out on social media, or you can shoot me an email. My email address is there.